Changes around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality.
True, man.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back. I'm the FPL Penguin, and welcome back to another live stream. Hope you're all doing well, but I'm not alone. I've got a very special guest at this very moment in time, and he is JABT. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, man. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
No worries, no worries. And today we are going to be talking about Game Week 19 and maybe a bit of Game Week 18 as well, but something the Penguin probably doesn't want to go over. We've also got so many people in chat at the minute. We've got Nick, Dylan, Sid, and Charlie, one of those vlogs. Evening, Pingu, and everyone. Hope you're all well, and make sure you like and subscribe. Charlie, are you going to come on and be a guest? Are you going to come into the hangouts, the waiting room, and join me and JBT? Do let me know. Hope you're all doing well. So, without further ado, let's get straight into this stream. So, JBT, how did you get on in Game Week 18?
I did okay. Bit better than average. Got 51 points in the end. Obviously, I think most people, the captaincy didn't kind of hit. I had Fernandez, but kind of I had like the double City defense, so kind of majoritively it worked out okay for me.
That's good. So, as you can see, I got 37 points, guys. I'm about 2.1 million. As you know, my season isn't getting any better. But yeah, it's just one of those now. I just can't be bothered. I can't be bothered making it so serious now. It's feel for me.
when you have that mood, it's just...
I know, I just can't be bothered. But 37 points, a red arrow. But this is how we're going, guys. As you can see, De Gea, 6 points. Tierney, which was really, really annoying. I just want to highlight this as well. With him not playing, I had my FPL Cup opponent who scored 43 points in that game week, and if Tierney possibly played, I would have got 6 points. Have gone for a tie break. How unlucky is that? So Diaz 7, Dyer 2, Gundogan 3, Bruno 2, KDB 6. Now I had Son as captain, only got 2 points, double that 4. Very, very disappointing. Very, very disappointing for a lot of big hitters for that game week. Smith Rowe was a punt. He was one of those cheeky little gems I've been talking about. 3 points. Wilson in there as well. You know what he's like. He's a troll. 2 points. And like I said, 2 points as well. As you can see, I set my team up for the wild card going into the double game week as well. But overall, I'm not happy with it, and I just think sod it. Move on to the next game week now, and hopefully double game week is much more nice for me. So let's talk about now. Let's look at some of the questions at the moment. So, Nick said, I've been waiting all day for this, Dylan. Best option to triple captain, that's from Sid. Well, I'll tell you something, mate. If we bring up my team for Game Week 19, I've triple captained. Wait for it.
I think you might be doing a similar thing, yeah.
Oh, my God. Wait for it. I triple captained Mo Salah. I didn't do KDB. I've triple captained Mo Salah. The reason I've done that is
Have you already?
It's what, mate?
I was going to say, have you already hit the button?
I've hit the button, but I can take it off. I can take it off. It's not like I can cancel it. I can cancel it. Yeah. Thank God. but I thought to myself, I want to do it.
I think I'm going to do the exact same thing to it.
But to be honest with you, mate, I've seen loads of people this game week doing the same, hitting the not just triple captain Salah, but KDB, something like that. And I've seen a lot of bench boosts, a lot of wild cards. I think this game week's going to be quite interesting. I really do think so.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, no worries,
I've seen
Charlie.
a lot more KDBs than I have Salah.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Just going to share this on here. But yeah, there's a lot more people in chat at the minute. Evening, Bingo's out. I'll be on in a second, mate. That's Charlie. Dylan saying, my Maguire shout would have been so good if that goal stood. Yeah, because Dylan, you were talking about it last stream. Yeah. He was having a bit of thing with one of my other guests called Dre's Era, saying that Maguire's going to score and stuff. Yeah, he did exactly. But Watkins or Wilson or Antonio, choose two. But if you choose Antonio, I will take ±4. I wouldn't say Watkins. Even the thing is with Watkins, I don't know what you think, JBT. I don't know what you think, mate. What do you think of Watkins? Do you think he's somebody that we should have? But I honestly don't think he
He's-
should be. He's just a troll, I feel.
He's very kind of hit and miss, isn't he? He's sort of like he gets in very good opportunities because he's got great suppliers. But I mean, I remember the Palace game. He got 3 assists, but all of them were very kind of FPL assists, where it's like header off the bar, a goalkeeper save, that kind of thing. If you get me,
Yeah.
I still think owning a Villa attacker is good. Yeah, I'm not sure about Watkins. Of
Yeah.
the 3 there,
It's like when I was talking about
look for
Grealish.
Antonio, but
I talk about Grealish as well. I mean, Grealish is a very, very good player. He's very good, but in FPL, he's just not consistent enough. And I'm trying to steer away from Villa players at the moment, and it doesn't really tempt me to bring a Villa player into my team for the double game week. I know it's tough games. You've got Everton. You know, they're conceding goals. But Man City's a tough one as well. I'm not saying they're going to be a pushover. You know, they're not going to be pushovers. They're going to really go at Man City. But I just feel with Villa, they're just one of those teams. You don't know who's going to score. It's going to be someone like Conser scoring or Douglas Luiz, whatever his name is. They're going to have... there isn't anyone in that team that tempts me.
Yeah,
So
Grealish seems more of a player who kind of hauls rather than gets points every week, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. What is it here? I say Antonio because I do like Antonio. As you can see, I brought him in. Faddy, I brought in Antonio. It's a bit of a punt, but it's all about if he starts. You know, a bit of his fitness as well. We know they got rid of Haller in their team, so it's all about is he going to start both games? What do you think, mate?
Is he going to start both? That is tough because obviously with the injuries that he has had, he could easily just go. I think he definitely will start the first one, but then after that, you really just don't know what's going to happen from there. I mean, to be fair, I've been saying, you know, Antonio looks like a great option for the double, and if he starts, obviously it's all about if he starts, he will be a great option. But whether he does play full 90 in both, I don't think he'll play full 90 in both, but I think there's a decent chance that he'll start both. Now that they've sold Haller, as you say, he should be.
Yeah. I just think Antonio, because I remember, I'll never forget this. Shout out to FPL lad, he could be coming on to the show later on tonight. He had Antonio for that Norwich game last season. You remember when he scored, was it 4 goals? That was insane.
Oh,
that was insane. So very, very lucky,
A
but I'd
couple of
say
my mates
something.
transferred them in. Oh, man.
Crazy.
I remember I was going for a walk and I just got the notification, Antonio, and I was like, oh, just stop, please.
I see. He said no, but Villa now have Newcastle, Man City. Yeah, they have Newcastle as well. So Newcastle's going to be an interesting game as well. We know things are not going particularly good at Newcastle at the minute. You know, especially they don't like the manager, they don't like their owners. There's no fans there to spur them on.
Exactly.
So that's going to be an interesting game as well. I think Villa could really go at Newcastle in that game. Is that a double? Is that a trip? Well, when's that game being played?
Yeah, it's part of it's a double, so it's a part of the game at 19 as well.
Interesting.
So I think that's why a lot of people are looking at Watkins maybe for this, for that Newcastle fixture especially.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Villa do in that game. Dylan, just before we get into game week 19 teams, I have Dylan saying I have Watkins. Is it worth a -4 to Antonio? Like we're talking about Watkins, you know, a double game week. Then you got Antonio who's got a double game week. Now we know Watkins is a nailed-on striker for Villa. I would quite possibly say it's going to be a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one. What do you think, mate? What do you think?
I think just because it's a very, very kind of sidewaysy move where we're not sure about Antonio for a -4, probably say no for me.
Right.
Just because of how kind of sideways it is, and Watkins could easily go and score an Antonio blank. So that's how I'd look at it, to be honest.
I think, you can quite possibly keep Watkins and see what he can do in this double game week, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I'm just intrigued to see if Antonio starts both, because someone like me, I've taken a -4.
Exactly.
I've taken a -4 with the team on the screen now, and the transfers I've done, guys, I know you're probably staring at that triple captain Salah and thinking I'm nuts, but at the moment I've got Salah and I brought in Antonio for Wilson and Bruno Fernandes. As we know, Bruno Fernandes is 1 yellow card away from a suspension, so that's going to make things quite difficult unless you're keeping them benching for game week 20 if that happens. I do like this team. I'm just thinking, sod it now. This is what I'm thinking, Jay. This is what I'm thinking. I'm going to go for it. Sod it, play my own game. I'm 2 million. That's not like that bad. I'm not like 4 million or something like that. But I just think now, I don't want to stress. Well. Yeah, I don't want to stress over these moves anymore. I just want to go for it, wing it, and then that's it. But I don't know what you're doing, mate. What are you?
I like the triple city.
Yeah.
I can send you my team if you want.
That'd be great, please. Yeah, I'll just see if I can
I'll send my team on Twitter. My main thoughts for this week are the triple captain Salah. That is kind of my main sort of following what you're doing. Because I don't have De Bruyne. I've just sent it. I don't have De Bruyne. That decision is, I think, made a little bit easier for me.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to triple captain, it's going to be Salah. I also think any other season, if Salah's got 2 home games, people are triple captaining him.
Yeah.
Just because he's had a little bit of bad form, people are sort of moving away from the idea. But I mean, De Bruyne has not shown too much great form of late, and everyone's jumping on him. So
yeah.
Obviously, I want De Bruyne, but
yeah. So this is his team right now. And it's Martinez, Dyer, Kafal, Dallas, Bruno Fernandes, Son, Captain Salah, Rashford, Grealish, Bamford and Vardy up front. Now, we'll expect probably Vardy to return against Southampton.
I hope so.
I tell you, it's a bold move because we know what it's like, but I do like it. I do like it. I feel, both at home, we know Chelsea have been a bit of a rut of late. And, it's interesting.
They've not looked too great.
Check as well. I think it's a lovely
also,
team.
I like the fixtures he's got after that as well.
Thanks for the team.
I tell you what, I did do the scintillating transfer this week of Dunn to Mitchell. That's my free transfer.
Yeah. I'll just quickly say hello to Charlie. Charlie, are you there, mate? Are you there? Charlie, are you there, mate?
Yeah, mate. How's it going?
I'm good, mate. I'm good, mate. How are you doing? All good?
Yeah, not too bad. Pleasure to be on.
Yeah,
always.
I'll just introduce you both. JABT, this is Charlie. Charlie, this is JABT, or James.
How's it going?
And, but yeah.
Mate, you good?
Good, you?
How did your game week 18 go, Charlie?
Yeah, it was a good one. I free hit. No, not free hit. I done my wild card like you. I got 61 points.
Smashed it.
That's amazing. That's
yeah.
Amazing. But yeah, just looking back quickly on JBT's team, as you can see, it's a lovely team. Is it a wildcard team? Did you say?
Nice. It's just
It's a normal.
It's just the team that I've sort of had. It's just the team that's kind of built up. I've had Grealish since from very early and Son from very early, so. It probably, just because of the value, they probably won't be moving anytime soon.
It's a nice team, and I don't know if Charlie knows. I've triple captain Salah this week, mate.
Yeah, I've seen it on you put it on Insta, and I think I've seen it on Twitter as well. Yeah, I think it's a good option. I heard you both obviously talking about he's been on a bit of a bad form, but it's still a good option, to be honest.
Yeah, I do like that midfield, Jay. I really do like the midfield. I think it's a good one going forward, and you got the double Man United in there. I mean, what do you think about that Liverpool Man United fixture? Do you feel it's going to be boring, or do you think it's going to have goals? Or
that's what I'm obviously hoping it's going to be exciting. I think Liverpool. You're a Liverpool fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, Liverpool are going to really want to win this game. I think they're going to feel they need to win this game. So I think Liverpool are going to go all out. Then, hopefully it could leave a bit of space in behind for Bruno to knock the ball over to Rashford. But it could just end up being a sort of 0-0. But I'm hoping it's going to be high scoring.
I'll tell you something.
How are you feeling about it?
Liverpool Man United. We need to get back into form. We we're in this bit of a rut. You know, we've dropped about in the last 3 games to West Brom, Southampton, Newcastle. We've lost out on 7 points there out of a possible 9, and we only gained 2. And it's a bit of a piss take. It really is. And I don't blame the manager, even though we can't just blame because we haven't got Van Dijk in there, but the mouthpiece at the back. I just think it's the players. There's something wrong with them because unless they just look sloppy, they really do look sloppy. But I'm hoping it's a big game, huge game. Now, if they really just sit back now and let Man United beat us, then there really is something wrong with them. Then the whole team needs selling. And but honestly, I think we'll make a statement in this game, and I think Liverpool will just edge it.
Yeah, I think these are the games that Liverpool seem to have kind of in the past season or so have sort of stepped up and been like, you know, this is why we are where we are.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it'll be a good game anyway.
Yeah. It's a nice team, mate. It's a nice team overall, and I really do like it. And the Martinez in goal as well. You probably get quite a few save points going on. In that, you never know.
Yeah, I hope so.
He's looked quite solid. Charlie, how are you looking setting up for Game Week 19?
Yeah, I've got my team in your general bit. If you want to pull out, if you can.
Hang on. You want to send it to me on Twitter, mate? Because I'm struggling at the minute to access Discord, get it on the screen. Sorry, mate. Cheers, mate. It'd be easier because I'm just, as I say, I'm still a bit of a noob.
No worries. I'll send it to you now.
All right, Sean FPL, how you doing,
Yeah,
Sean?
right.
How you doing, Sean?
Send it now.
Hope you're doing well, mate. And but yeah, I don't know if Mr. Bhuna will be joining us. Who knows? But yeah, it looks looking good. Here we go. Here's his team. Charlie and his team. Look at that. This is Charlie's team, guys. Going into the double game week. De Gea, Stones, Shaw, Diaz, Souček, Captain De Bruyne, Son, Bruno, and up front he's got Watkins, Antonio, and Kane. It looks really nice, mate. You know, it looks really good. And somebody earlier was talking about Watkins. You know, whether to do Watkins to Antonio, but I think Watkins could be.
Yeah.
I think Villa could give City a game, Man City a game. I really do think. I don't think Villa will be a pushover. I think Villa will really go at City, and I think they could quite possibly score. I know you've got double City defence, and I've got only one defender, but I think Watkins could be a good one. For one to watch, I'd say, for the double game week.
Yeah.
But yeah, are you more happy with that team? More or less happy?
I mean, well, I'm actually thinking of doing either one transfer or a -4. I just got a feeling about, like you said, I think Liverpool, their record. I think their record's like one of the best in the Premier League for in the top 6 games. And I think, like you said, Liverpool obviously been on a bit of a run where they've dropped a few points, and I think they're going to be right up for it. This week, obviously they're going to want to get back to winning ways, make a statement. And I'm actually thinking of, well, you can call him a punt because his percentage selected by has gone down to like 7%. But I'm thinking of bringing in Mane. If I make one transfer for Bruno, but if I do a -4, I'm thinking of doing Kufal in for holding and that Mane transfer, but I'm not sure yet.
Yeah,
looks like a nice team.
Yeah, it's a nice team.
Are you worried at all about Luke Shaw?
What, as in getting rested or rotated or getting? Yeah, a little bit, but I think Ollie does like Luke Shaw. I think he's stepped up over the past couple of weeks. So I think early season he was a bit poor, but usually when he's been pretty consistent over the last couple of months. I think even, like, to be honest with you, I've got a feeling that Ollie's going to go there and play 5 at the back. Because I think he'd done that last year as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Shaw played left centre back, and I think it was Brandon Williams played left wing back. So I think he'll still play no matter what. I'm not sure if he quite trusts Tellez yet, even though Tellez is a quality player. He's obviously better going forward than he is defending. So I have a feeling he's going to play 5 at the back and play Shaw in a back 3 with Maguire and Bailly, and then play Telles left wing back. But hopefully Shaw plays.
That's interesting. That's cool.
I mean, on the positive side for Luke Shaw, I think his expected attacking returns is actually quite high. In comparison to a lot of fullbacks, so I think from that perspective, he does look like a pretty good option.
Yeah, it was obviously quite annoying. Well, it's sort of a two-sides mix really, because he could have been sent off, but obviously for some reason Maguire's goal was not given, and should have had the assist for that. But yeah, he gets forward. He gets forward, and like you said, he's quite highly expected to get some more attacking returns. So hopefully that can come in really.
Awesome. Just got a question here from Alex. Welcome, Alex. How you doing, mate? Should I hold or sell Jesus? Oof. Well, we know Aguero is some of that COVID he's got at the minute, and he's going to miss the next 2 games. But I'd keep Jesus. Is Jesus back yet from his COVID, I believe? Is he back?
Yeah, he come on.
He's back. So
on the other day.
I say hold him, mate, for now, and then it's all about when Aguero returns. It's all about rotation, and then who Pep prefers, should we say? He should be a good one. What do you think? Do you think Jesus is still a good one to have, even if Aguero's out? Do you think he's still a good one, or do you think he's a bit of a troll? You know, it's all about Sterling and KDB. What do you guys think about Jesus?
It's one of them where even when he's seemingly fit, like he was on the bench in the last game, wasn't he? And De Bruyne still started up front, so he has the potential of being quite a troll. But then with Man City, they always have that potential, don't they, of banging in a load of goals. I'd say if you're taking out Jesus, who would you kind of go to? Because if they can bring in the likes of Vardy or something like that, then I'd say yes. But if it's for like Bobby Firmino, then probably not.
Firmino to me is too risky. I know it's all about Salah and Mane when they're on form, but Firmino in the last before that was doing alright. He was getting the goals. I just feel, obviously, mate, Alex, keep Jesus. You never know. He's got some good fixtures, and he could do something against Palace. He could do something against Villa. But when Aguero comes back, it's all about rotation, mate. Dylan, can I send you my team to Instagram instead, mate? At the moment, I could do that. Yeah, send it to me on Instagram, mate. I'll try and fiddle around with it during the stream. Send it to me on Instagram. Faddy says, welcome, Faddy. I think we have to sell him. You have to sell him. What, Jesus? I think because you don't know with Pep. Yeah, you don't know with Pep. He's the rotation master.
Yeah,
he plays his chips and all that. I just think keep him for now. I know a lot of, with rotation, you could see Sterling playing as number 9, but I feel Jesus is, keep hold of him. Keep hold of him for the next 2 fixtures, and then probably think about getting rid of him, because Aguero will be back round about then. But yeah, so any players, guys? Do you think any little hidden gems, I like to call, any differentials to look out for? Any El Ghazi fans? What do you think? Are there any that you're eyeing up, you two, at the moment? Any differentials for the game weeks ahead? We'll start with JABT.
I think Saka's one that I'm intrigued by for sure. Being so cheap and getting so far forward for Arsenal. One that I don't know. Can you call him a differential? Suchek? Can you call him a differential now?
That's a question.
I see you've got him in your team there. How do you feel? I'm personally hoping that he obviously blanks in both game weeks. How do you feel about owning him going in? What do you think he's going to do?
Well, it's actually the first time I've owned him. I got him on my wild card. Hopefully he can do well, because I think Late Riser on Twitter, he put up a thing with his first half of the season stats and the last 4 game weeks, and he's had so many penalty box touches, and he's just one of these players, and obviously what was it, the Everton game where he scored that last minute goal. You know, loads of people I've seen either had him, and they were on their bench or he started. I think he's a good option. I think he's at a nice price. Like you said, whenever he's in the box, he just always seems to score, even whether it's from a set piece or like the Everton game. He just gets in the box like the last minute. So yeah, I think he's a good option. But I don't know, differential. I think it's weird. I think the Twitter community, a lot of people seem to own him, but obviously people got to remember. Yeah, a lot of people obviously need to remember Twitter community is very small percentage of those, you know, within the whole world playing this game. So on Twitter, it doesn't seem like he's. I don't even know what his percentage is, but I think he's a good option nonetheless.
Interesting.
I
Well, mate.
will tell you. Sorry, go on.
Oh, no, it's fine.
I was going to say. I will tell you a bit very, very differential and a bit Rogan from a team you probably wouldn't expect. Is Furlong from West Brom. I've got a 4.5 mil defender spot that I'm looking at, kind of rotating about. And if West Brom, if Sam Allardyce can show in the next few weeks that West Brom can be solid, and they've got 2 games, 21-22 against Fulham and Sheffield, that I might take a bit of a punt and bring in the likes of Furlong.
Nice. Yeah, he's getting some good minutes at the minute. He's started hitting off every single game, and he's 0.3% owned. I'm just looking at him now, and he's got 1 goal and 2 assists this season. Furlong. He looks.
That's if I was going to go for a West Brom defender, which obviously you know you probably really wouldn't this season, but if I was going to go for one, it would be him.
Is he a centre back or is he a full back?
Yeah, he's looked.
I think he's right back.
Right back.
Right back.
I mean, he's looked good. He's looked good, to be fair. He gets so far forward, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's up there, you know, top 3 or 4 fullbacks in the last couple of weeks, because he's looked really good. I mean, like you said, if Sam Allardyce can somehow stop them from conceding loads of goals, then yeah, I think he's a good option. Like you said, he's cheap as well and a differential if you're looking to go that way.
Yeah.
Sure. I say another move as well. If the Leeds game is on, I'd be tempted to -4 Alioski. I'd be very, very tempted if we get the news that the double kind of is back on with Southampton.
Is that Alioski? Oh, to bring him in? Yeah. Bring Alioski.
Yeah. To bring in Alioski from Leeds. Yeah.
I've actually got him myself on my bench. The thing is,
just get so far.
I would have started him. I would have started him if Leeds double did go ahead. I would have started. That is annoying that game's not going ahead. I don't know, that Leeds Southampton. I really wanted to go ahead. It would have been interesting.
There's now talk, isn't there, of that it will go ahead.
Oh, don't say that.
But it's obviously rumours and stuff because I think Shrewsbury have come back and they've had a load of positive cases. So they would then have to forfeit the FA Cup game, and then the Leeds game would go ahead, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I tell you, with
it's a tough one.
This COVID, I don't want to talk too much about it, but we know how crap it is and what it's done and everything. But I'm just I don't know. But would you? I say this to everybody. I ask everybody this. Charlie knows I've asked people this. I've probably said it on Llama's channel. Would you, JABT, ask Charlie as well? Would you like to see? Well, not like to see, but. Would you? Do you think there will be a circuit breaker, meaning like probably a 2 to 3 week break? If this case has got bad, do you feel we could possibly see a short break? Not as long as last time, by God. Probably about 2.5 weeks. What do you think, guys? JBT.
I don't think if there's going to be a circuit break, I think people have said it will have to be longer for 2 or 3 weeks, just because they have to sort of come back and be training, if you know what I mean, before they went and started playing again. I think what they've said realistically is that the players would actually only stop playing for sort of 4 days if they had a 2-week circuit breaker. I mean, I think we're sort of at the worst of it at the minute by the sounds of the cases, and if we're still going ahead now, then I don't see it happening. To be honest, and personally, I quite like football to continue.
Yeah. What do you think, Charlie?
I mean, I don't know. I think it, like JBT said. I think if they would do one, it would just. I think it would have to be games in all different leagues that people need to catch up on.
Yeah.
And even though it's worst. I mean, it's sad and like horrible to see that it's just getting worse. But I mean, on the other hand, players, there's been like everyone's seen a lot of players in the press arranging all these parties, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, especially the likes of Kyle Walker and stuff, and it as well. Like for Tammy Abraham's birthday, like Jadon Sancho flew over on a private jet. I mean, things like that it's ridiculous. But I think the season will go ahead because it just needs to get finished.
Yeah. I think it just as long as we do it in a safe way, as long as we can control all these damn cases going up and down. The best thing is, as long as I don't think there'll be any more fans this season. I don't think we're going to see fans again.
Nah.
I think we want to keep it safe and everything like that, and get this country, well, the whole world, but the country back on its feet again. And but yeah, I feel this season will continue. When I thought about it, and I feel with no fans as well. So as long as we get the season done with, God, I just can't be doing with another break. that was mental last season. God. Yeah. So
the fresh wild card as well.
We got Dylan as well. Penguin. It doesn't let me direct message you on Twitter. Do you need to follow me back or something? I'll follow you back now, mate. I'll just look for something else to say. So while I do that, guys, I'm going to ask you a very important question. And what do we besides? Hang on, let's talk about. How do you feel Kane and Son versus Sheffield United, guys? How do you feel? Is that game going to be a walk in the park for Spurs this week, or do you feel, because it's only a single game week, do you feel as well people need to get double? Spurs attack, Kane and Son, or do you think we're just fine with having the one Spurs attacker for this week? What do you think?
So I see you've got the double. So why don't you take this one?
Yeah. I mean, it's just so annoying. Because it's the first I got them in on my wildcard. First time I've owned them both at the same time. I don't know, it's just annoying with Mourinho, innit? It's just, I mean, even the other night, I don't think you can blame it on Mourinho because Tottenham had plenty of chances. Like Son, I think he had 3 big chances the other night, didn't finish any of them. But I think Sheffield United, well, apparently Wilder, I've seen on his press conference that they've got a lot more players out. I think they had a lot of players out anyway, but I think he said there was even more players out. But I still think, Sheffield United, like everyone's seen, a lot of games this season have finished 1-0. They're still, even with the second team, a few injuries, they're still pretty solid. They haven't really been battered this season. A lot of the games have obviously been 1-0, but I'm hoping and praying to God that Tottenham just go ham on them and just finish their chances and actually score more goals than just being a 1-0 win, because they're a lot of money. I think obviously plus the fact that I think the budget just over 20 million for two of them. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that they can actually both have a good game week, and Son can finish his chances, and maybe Kane can get a few as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, sure, man. I bet that they can do very well against Sheffield. There's a lot of people calling for a resurgence in Sheffield. I don't know if we're necessarily going to see it. I think they look better against Newcastle and attack quite well, but I think against Spurs, Spurs have got the quality to break them down. And as you say, I think Kane and Son will definitely be a big part of that.
Interesting. Just got Dylan's team on the screen right now. Thank you, Dylan, for sending it. I've did it in the most awkward way possible by posting it on my Twitter. But it's on the screen right now, and he's got Martin. He's activated his bench boost this game week, so he's got in his starting 11 Martinez, Kufal, Diaz, Stones, and James. Then he's got Captain Salah, Bruno Fernandes, Bowen, Grealish, Watkins, and Kane. And on his bench, he's got Forster, Zuma, Bamford, and Lookman.
Ooh.
I see a lot of Salah captainers. It boosts me with confidence, unless they're going to jinx it now and he's going to blank. Can you imagine? But no, I think it's still good. Still good to captain Salah. You haven't got any Man City attack. Maybe that's a bit of a worry. Right there. If I dare say, I would have probably said gone for switch Bruno to KDB or Sterling. But it's Bruno, isn't it? But it's one yellow card away, and if he gets a yellow card in that Liverpool game, he'll miss the Fulham game, won't he? So I think it's a nice team. You've got a nice, stable defence. I don't know what you guys think. What do you guys think? The opinions, Charlie. What do you think? It's on the screen right now. What do you think of Dylan's team, his bench boost team?
Yeah, I think it's a good team. I was just going to point out, I'm pretty sure, obviously, if you want to, I think Forster for Southampton, I don't think he'll play, because even though he had a good game, I'm pretty sure I've seen a lot of people that McCarthy's back from his being out with COVID. But no, like you said, apart from that, I think it's a good team. I like the Zuma pick. I took him out a couple of weeks ago, but I think they could get 2 clean sheets easy. I think. Who have they got? They got Leicester and Fulham, haven't they, in their double? Chelsea.
Yeah, Leicester and Chelsea.
Yeah,
yeah, it's Fulham.
Fulham.
I think it's Fulham, is it?
Yeah. So,
yeah.
I think he's a good one. Obviously, a threat from set pieces, and I actually think, even though Chelsea have looked poor of late, not looked good defensively, I think that could be good. I think Leicester away. Leicester are actually quite poor at home, so that could give them a bit of incentive. But yeah, I like the team. Also, like you said, I think maybe, because that's what like I told you, I'm thinking of taking Bruno out for obviously a Liverpool attacker, but in Dylan's case, for a Man City attacker, I think either Sterling. I think Sterling will want to prove again that he's everyone. Obviously, there was a lot of people with Sterling in their free hits, etc. Obviously, I was fuming as well because I had De Bruyne captain, like a lot of people. But I think Sterling or De Bruyne definitely. But yeah, I like the team. Good luck for the game week.
Yeah, what do you think, JABT? I'll just bring it back on the screen now. What do you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I really like Bowen from West Ham. I think he's going to be, now that everyone's sort of going for Souček, I think he's going to be a really nice kind of differential for this game week. As you say, Forster doesn't look like he's going to play. Lookman's a very interesting one for Fulham. He's looked dangerous. He obviously had that kind of that Panenka Mayor moment, but he does look very dangerous. So that's quite an interesting pick. The majority of that I like. Obviously, he's like me, doesn't have Bruyne. A little bit worried about that. Double up on that. I've just seen it's a double up on the Chelsea defense, not just Zuma. I think overall it's a nice looking team. Yeah, as you said, Charlie, maybe look to bring in a goalkeeper instead of Forster, because it doesn't look like he's going to play. But I quite like it other than that.
Awesome. We've got a question here from Mark. How you doing, Mark? Hope you're doing well. So overall, Dylan, we like your team. It's nice, and he's just put as well is Lookman to Souček worth a -4. I put I think because you got Souček in there, you know what he's like. He's good aerial threats, and he's Lookman's Lookman, isn't he? So, that's good. Dylan, go for it. Yeah,
scoring is a lot higher, I think.
We've got a question here, I think, from which posts his team as well, from Mark. How you doing, Mark? Hi, do you think this would be a good free hit team? He's got Johnson, Cancelo, Stones, Kafal, Salah, KDB, Bruno, El Ghazi, Vardy, Wilson, and Antonio. I think it's a nice team. Johnston, even though West Brom can see in those goals, and West Brom, I think Big Sam will probably start parking the bus a lot more, which he did against Liverpool, of course. And I think he'll get those save points. You got Cancelo, you got Stones in there. Kafal, you got that West Ham defender asset in there, which is a good one. We know what he's like. He bombs down the wing. And you got Salah in there. You got KDB, you got Bruno, you got the big hitters. You got El Ghazi. Now, I stress about this guy because I think he's doing well. It's all about now, because he's only getting the starts at the minute because Grealish has moved to a different position and Trezeguet is still injured at the minute. But the question is, I like it overall, Mark. I like Vardy. I think he could be a really good punt to go for this week. Or Wilson, bit of a troll, but he's Wilson. Antonio, great for the double game week. It's all about if he starts both games. But El Ghazi, the reason I like him, I think he's just such a good player. Very, very cheap. I think it's about 5.8, 5.9 at the moment.
Is he that cheap?
Yeah, and I think
very cheap.
I think the only question is, guys, do you two think he will keep his place when Trezeguet returns? Do you think because Grealish will move back to the wing then, and then Barkley as well when he's fully fit? What do you think, JBT? Do you think El Ghazi's place? Do you think he'll probably lose it once Villa's rest of the team come back?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. When Barkley comes back, he'll go into that central role, and then I guess Grealish will push out to the left where El Ghazi has been playing. That leaves the right wing spot where you could play kind of either Traore, El Ghazi, and Trezeguet when he does come back. So right now, I don't know if you've got any news on Barkley. I'm not sure if he's coming back. I think for the time being, it looks like El Ghazi might start, but obviously it's not a long-term pick, I'd say.
What do you think, Charlie?
Yeah, I mean, like JBT said, I think. I mean, to be honest, the way he's been playing it's been insane, really. Because before he come in to the side, I don't think he'd started a game all season. He's just been on the bench. But like you said, I think he's got. I think he's obviously blanked the United game, but the 5 games before that, he's got like 6 goals, a couple of assists. I think the way he's been playing, I don't think you can drop him. Even with Barkley coming back, I know he was good before, but I think Smith's going to want him to fight for his place. So for now, I think he'll start. But like you said, I think maybe once he goes on a bit of bad form or starts blanking, then maybe he gets to take out. But so for now he's good, but like JBT said, I don't think he's a long-term pick.
Yeah, it's just one of them. So El Ghazi, we just got to see. There's different players. Where's let's scroll up here. We've got Mark. So Vardy, like we're talking about with JBT as well, he's gone for Vardy as well for this double game week. It's Jamie Vardy. You know what it's going to be like. Is it going to be a Vardy party? Is it going to be one of those where we end up going to smashing our TV screens because he's blanked or missed a one-on-one? But I think Jamie Vardy, I think it's a lovely pick, like what JBT's got and Mark. I think it's a good one, and I do fear, being a non-Vardy owner, he could do something big, especially against Chelsea, because Chelsea have just been so shaky. I mean, they haven't looked like a dominant force, Chelsea, especially with this big money, wink wink. But yeah, it's just one of them, so I think Vardy could be a good one. What do you think, Charlie? Because JBT's gone for him. What do you think about Vardy for this game week?
Yeah, I think he's a good option. I think a lot of people have him. I actually had him a couple of weeks ago. I I can't remember who I bought him in for, but I bought him in. I bought him in as a punt for the Palace game, and it didn't go to plan because obviously he got
Yeah.
and I actually captained him as well. So he got me 2 points. So, but now I think he's a good pick. You know, like we know, he's consistent. He's got a lot of goals. Leicester sort of depends what sort of game they're having. They either have a mixture of two games that they're either create a lot of chances or they just don't look up for it. But yeah, I think this week, like you said, Chelsea been shaky. But yeah, I think he's a good pick, to be honest.
Got more questions here from Mark. Who would you choose, Vardy or El Ghazi or Firmino and Mount for this game week? Now, I straight away I would say Vardy and El Ghazi. I think with Firmino, he's a bit of a troll. He's not a goal scorer.
For that, to be honest.
Mount, I mean, he don't really do anything FPL wise, does he? So straight away, I think basically all three of us, I imagine, will probably say like Vardy and El Ghazi. So at the moment we've got Dylan there as well. He's got another one. I'm bringing in KDB over Salah in game week 20. I feel like he looked tired in the last game and could be resting double game week. You sort of, ooh. What do we think about that, lads? What do you think about that, lads? A bit speechless. What's the thoughts on that, Jay?
Resting for Salah in the double game week, I wouldn't be particularly happy with, considering I'm going to triple captain him, and I think yourself you're going to triple captain him. Obviously, De Bruyne's got very good fixtures come game 20. Salah's also a player, like all the big players like Fernandes, who can do anything in any game. So I'm personally not looking to kind of rotate around the big players because, as I say, they can just do anything in any game. So I think it's best to kind of stick with one and take the points as they come.
Yeah. What do you think, Charlie, about Dylan's bold move?
What was his move again? Sorry.
His question. He said, "I'm bringing in KDB over Salah in game week 20. I feel like he looked tired in the last game and could be rested in the double game week."
What, Salah being rested?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Nah.
Very much doubt that.
I think. Yeah, I think. Obviously, he's had his rest. Either what is it, a 10 or 12 day rest he's had from his last game. So I think him and Liverpool are going to be firing. I think, like you said, I'm thinking of bringing in. I'm thinking of bringing in Mane for Fernandes, but I think Salah's good to go. He's had his rest.
He's not getting past Slabhead, mate.
Oh,
Here he is.
Hey,
I've
Bhuna.
seen some people saying the same about KDB getting arrested than him looking tired, to be honest. So at the end of the day, none of us are Pep Guardiola or Klopp, so it doesn't really matter what we think.
How you doing, mate? How you doing, Bhuna? Welcome. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yourself? Sorry, I'm a bit late.
No,
Got about
worries.
half an hour still. So if you're going to keep going, then brilliant. I was just going to say, I mean, it's not like Klopp or Guardiola have alluded to either of those two players being fatigued or anything of that sort, so I wouldn't worry.
Yeah.
No, I don't even own Salah.
How did your game week 18 go, Bhuna? Did it go good? Did it go?
Well, went really well actually. Yeah, I didn't have a free hit, and I managed to get 60 points.
Damn, nice one.
So can't complain, mate. Yeah, I've been screaming all over Twitter about it for the last 24 hours.
Yeah,
because I haven't had much go my way this season. So got to enjoy it when you do.
Mr. Inject himself, Bhuna.
Seems looking quite good this this week as well. I haven't got any chips apart from the bench boost, but I'm not in a position to play that, so I'll be going chipless again.
Yeah, same here.
I'm triple captain Salah. I'm just absolutely done with this game week.
That's a great move. If I had it, I would definitely use my triple captain this week. That's for sure.
Who would you use it on if you had it though? Who would you?
I would probably use it on a City player, but Salah could do well. But with Liverpool, they're up against two not tough teams, but United on their day, and at the moment they're defending okay. They're doing okay.
Yeah.
And Burnley, we know, can shut up shop. I was looking at the history as well, and Mane seems to favour these sort of fixtures compared to Salah. So I'd be tempted to take a punt on Mane, if anything.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking of bringing in Mane, because I've seen his record against Burnley. He's played 4 games against Burnley with Liverpool, got 4 goals. Obviously, his United record ain't the best. I think he's only got one goal, but I think he's the player to go for.
Would that
with
be
me,
for a free transfer, Charlie?
yeah. Well, I was thinking of either doing a free transfer, like I said, Penguin earlier, just bringing in Mane for Bruno, because I got a feeling Bruno's going to get a yellow and be bent, and then miss the game, or do a -4, bring in Mane for Bruno and do Kufal for Holding for a -4.
See, I don't think that -4 is worth it. Either of those transfers in isolation, though, are decent.
Yeah.
But if you imagine, Charlie, if you did the first move, yeah, and then you wanted to do Holding to Kufal for a -4, there is a strong chance that Holding keeps a clean sheet and maybe gets 1 bonus. Let's just say he gets 1 bonus, he gets 7 points. You've taken a -4. All of a sudden, you need 11 points to even break even. Like, your margin of profiting from that move is quite small.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, plus they got Newcastle, aren't they? And obviously Newcastle can't hardly score goals. So yeah.
But the Bruno to Mane one, I do like, mate. Honestly, I think it could work out really well.
Nice. I've just
Do
noticed.
you reckon that Bruno's not going to do much against either Liverpool or Fulham?
Well, it's not so much that, but just imagine he does nothing against Liverpool and Liverpool do well. He will lose his rag. If he loses his rag and gets a yellow card, I'd be quite frustrating. So, if it's for a free transfer, I think I'd be pretty confident to say that Mane will outscore Bruno. No hits, nothing. Just game by game basis, I think he'd do much better personally.
Yeah.
I've noticed that Bruce just come out now and he said he's triple captain Salah.
Back because his pictures after the double are pretty nice.
That's the Bruno after the double does.
Yeah.
As you say, he could easily go and get a yellow card. Then on the flip side, if he doesn't, he could easily go and tear apart Fulham.
Yeah, because there is that too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not in a position where I can get rid of him, so I'm going to keep him. I'm playing Maguire, and I don't have any Liverpool, so balls to the wall.
Yeah,
so I'm assuming you did you own Maguire for the free? Sorry, did you own him for this past week as well?
Yeah, I had him. I was a bit aggrieved, as you can imagine, because that was soft, mate.
I owned him as well, and I leapt when he scored, and I was not happy when it was this.
Mate, that rough, shocking.
Terrible,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, so just quickly, so Bruce just come out and said that he's triple captain Salah. He's in the chat right now, and he's thinking of triple captain. I've seen a lot of chips being activated, bench boost, wildcard, maybe free hits, but for this double game week, do you think it's going to be? It's going to be one of those game weeks, isn't it? Don't know. Is it going to be? Especially with the doubles going on. How do you think Spurs is going to go? Go at Bhuna. How do you think the Spurs game against Sheffield United? Do you think it's going to be?
I think it could be a tough game, but I mean Sheffield United most of the season have been pretty poor, so I think Son could do okay there. I think Spurs could do okay. It really depends on the mindset of the two teams after their recent performances. As you can imagine, Sheffield United are going to be quite buoyed by their result. Spurs, it really depends. Similar to kind of what FPL Raptor was talking about last night, it really depends on their resilience and what they're like after a defeat. I've got a feeling that they're going to be kind of down in the dumps, and I'm not so confident. But I do have 2 of their players in my game week 19 team in Son and Kane. I actually had 3, as you know, but I got rid of Reguilon for Cresswell. My free transfer. But I'm going to keep him. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I think it'll be a tight game. Definitely going to be too many goals in it.
Awesome. Just want to quickly throw out here that James Brown is just I've just searched up his team. He's given me his FPL code, and he wants some help with it. Any suggestions? So I've just brought it on the screen now. This is James's team. He free hitted in 18, but this is his original team from game week 17. I think, mate, by looking at your team, you got Martinez, Kilman, Dallas, Diaz, Kafal. You got Salah in there. You got Rafinha, Rashford, Son, Bruno, and Bamford. On the bench, you got Forster, Adams, Antonio, and Walker Peters. I think it's you got two nice Leeds attackers there going against Brighton. That's nice. You got Son in there. You got Bruno in there. You got Salah in there. You got Rashford in there. I would quite possibly say, because you're possibly missing a Man City attacker and maybe another Man City defender. I would quite possibly say maybe, you got Walker Peters in there, but with Walker Peters, his fixtures, he's got Leicester, Arsenal, Villa, Man United and Newcastle. You've got Forster in there as well. I don't know, what do you guys think by looking at his team on the screen now? What suggestions, advice would you give James with this team that's on the screen now? Anything to...
Did you say is that Antonio on the bench?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you play like a sort of a 3-5-2 there, there's not too many immediate improvements. Maybe because Leeds don't have a double now. You could look at Rafinha to kind of a similar price range player, so like an El Ghazi, a Souček, someone like that to more kind of target the double. As you said, I do like Man City defence, so like someone like John Stones looks quite good. Because I think Walker Peters is 4.8 now. I don't know what price got him in for, but maybe that kind of a move. But yeah, I mean, majoritively it looks okay for the double. As you say, Man City defender De Bruyne mainly looks like one you can't go without for this game week. But yeah, majoritively looks okay. But maybe Rafinha or Walker Peters.
Nice. Charlie, what do you think?
Is what I'd look at doing.
Nice one, Jay. Nice one.
Yeah, I think some Man City players, like you said, Stones, De Bruyne, probably try and. Well, it depends how much money, if he's got any money in his bank, probably get rid of Kilman because he hasn't started for a while. But yeah, definitely get some Man City covering for sure. I think either Stones or Diaz if you can get them in. And obviously, like JBT said, probably try and maybe get a Souček in. Depends obviously as well if he's got any free transfers, but probably City cover mainly.
Nice one. Bhuna, what do you think, mate? What do you think of James's team on the screen? What do you think?
I think it's shit.
You're nice.
No, I'm only joking, James. I'm just joking. I can't properly see it. So who's on the bench there? Antonio.
Walker Peters,
who's
Adams.
Who's in goal?
Martinez, yeah.
And in goal?
Yeah.
Martinez, Kilman. And what's his question? Sorry, is it being into bench boost or just generally asking what transfers to make?
Yeah, what transfers to make?
Transfers to make. Money in the bank?
How much money in the bank have you got, James? Actually, I can check now. Actually check by looking at his thing. It says he's got about 0.2. It says he's got 0.2.
That's not much.
Not much to play around
So,
with.
and is he thinking to bench boost or not bench boost? Because I know that is a team that he could potentially.
I think he's just basically, if I just scroll up now, because somebody's decided to spam through my...
I've seen West Ham's bench boosting.
Where is he? James, blah, blah, blah. James. Cheers, Harry, for spamming. God. And I think he's just basically, he's just not said much. He's just saying that he's just looking for suggestions, probably like going forward and stuff, like, but probably for the double game week. But as like I said, Man City, he's only got one City defender at the minute.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd probably obviously play Antonio, drop Kilman, and then he's got three Leeds players: Rashford and United, Rashford, Fernandes, Salah, Diaz, Kufal, Martinez, all double. Son, Rafinha, Dallas, and Bamford don't double. I think he's good how he is, to be honest with you, mate. I mean, it's a strong team, even without any transfers. If he wasn't to bench boost, then think.
Mm.
The lack of a City attacker obviously is the only worry there. But there's no real easy way of bringing a City attacker there. There's no chance he can do it. He'd have to get rid of Son and the likes of Rashford to do that, and you won't want to do that. So the only other option is bringing in another City defender, but even for that, he would have to take a hit. And who'd you take out?
It seems like, to be fair, there's a lot of kind of spread money in that team. Is the only thing I'd say.
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely is. I agree with that. That's a difficult one because you don't want to get rid of Rafinha, Bamford, or Dallas, in my honest opinion. Shit, man.
Yeah, I like it. I think
Honestly.
it's one of those nice teams. I just think he needs that
You could
extra.
potentially do like a Che to Watkins or something like that.
You don't even need to. Like, I mean, then you'd have to bench one
Yeah,
for Rafinha or Bamford. So I'd probably start Antonio over Kilman, and then maybe head off to the temple and maybe do some prayers, and just hope that City don't go too crazy.
I will be doing that myself.
I've got double City myself. Let me put my team as well so you lot can see it. Where shall I put it, Penguin?
You sent to me on Twitter, mate.
channel.
DMs. Sent to me on Twitter.
Oh, okay, no worries. Yeah. I've not taken any hits again. 4th week in a row.
That's mad.
It's unheard of.
Taking any hits. Oh.
It's unheard of.
Check on here. Everything's going smoothly. Yeah, just looking for
Is
more.
that just how you like to play the game?
I
Take
don't-
hits or?
I don't know. Ask these guys. What do you not think? Is that how you normally play the game?
Yeah, most of the time
I'm the opposite, mate.
he just does whatever.
I usually,
He just plays his own game and just.
I used to, but the last 4 weeks, because I've had a really bad start to this season, I'm having like by far the worst start to any season I've ever had.
Sorry.
And I've continued playing the risky game, and it's not really paid off. So the last 3 weeks, I've reverted to not taking as many hits.
Wow.
And yeah, I've gained like 1 million in rank in like 2 or 3 weeks, so that's good.
That's mad.
Right, I've got your team, Bhuna. Thank you for that. So this is Bhuna's team. He's got Martinez in goal, Diaz, Maguire, Cancelo, and Cresswell. Got midfield. He's got Mount, Fernandes, Son, Captain KDB, and Souček, and Kane up front, with his bench being Steer, Adams, Brewster, and Mitchell. Just a question, Bhuna. How long are you going to keep confidence in Mount? Do you think he's going to do something? That's the question, because I see him in your...
Mount? No, I mean, if he didn't have a double game week, he would have been gone. But it's just a nice little differential with decent-ish fixtures. Bloody, I can't speak. Decent-ish fixtures. Yeah, we'll go with that. But he'll be out, I think, the week after potentially. But I'm actually not in a bad position. I actually think moving forward, apart from not having the key player being Mo Salah, I'm not in a rush really to get rid of Mount, because I could even play 5-4-1 or 4-5-1 in game week 20. I think what a lot of FPL managers forget to do is like plan ahead, and they're quite short-termist in their thinking. And I think what we need to do is actually think about the players you're bringing in. If you're not wildcarding the week after, then are there players you want to keep? You know, so
Yeah,
yeah,
I like it.
I'm okay looking forward. But the only question I had for you guys, actually, if you could help, is I was torn between, do I play Maguire or do I do Shea Adams to Antonio for a -4 and bench Maguire, given his situation with yellow cards? But I'm not too crazy about Antonio, only because of his injury record, and we don't even know if he's actually going to play both games. What are your thoughts? Would you just stick with Maguire?
Yeah, I think probably, because to be honest, I think he'll be alright. I think you, like you said to the other guy, I think just sit there and pray. But no, I think he'll be alright. Like you said, Antonio, I mean, I've only gone for him because he's the only striker they got. Not obviously the fact he's not hardly played any games, but I think just sticking with Maguire, and he might even grab you a goal with Liverpool's defensive woes at corners.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm thinking. Because I don't have any Liverpool defenders either. So the sweetness of United scoring that game, and if Maguire's involved, Boy, I'll be jumping, mate, like literally all weekend. So yeah, I'm probably gonna keep him. I've become like this hit adverse kind of guy, and I kind of like it. I want to see if I can get back up into the top 1 mil because I've been in like 2+ mil, 2.5 mil all season. So it's nice getting back to that 1 mil, to be honest. But anyway, enough for me. Yeah, I think I'm quite happy with the team though. I'm going with KDB captain.
I like it. I really
that's
like
good.
it. Yeah, I think it's
That's
good, mate.
team.
I just want to quickly, before we carry on, Dylan has got a question. He wants to ask me. I think I'm going to keep Lookman. His fixtures are bad, but Fulham look good attacking versus Spurs. And Lookman changed the whole game by coming on. Now, he's want me to answer this for him because then his team will be locked in then. I think you wanted to do Lookman to Souček, wasn't it, Dylan? And but yeah, I think Lookman's one of them players that's not going to get you many points. I know he's probably playing better, but it's Fulham at the end of the day, and we can't really see Fulham probably going goals crazy, can we? You know, you could keep Lookman, but just remind me again, was it for Souček, Dylan? Do let me know. But at this moment, I'd probably say do take the -4 for Souček because you've got that double game week. We know what Souček's like, and he's an aerial threat, and he can score a goal when he feels like it, when a good corner, good cross comes into the box. But yeah, Bhuna, I do like that team, mate. I think it's good going forward. I think it's good going forward, and hopefully you'll be going on Twitter throwing those inject emojis that you love doing.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
Yeah, yeah, it's his gimmick. And but yeah, I just want to give a quick shout out to as been here at the end of the stream. Do you guys want to plug in where we can find you as well? Start with JABT. Just quickly tell the viewers out there where they can find you on YouTube and Twitter.
Just JABT on YouTube, and the same on Twitter. Simple as that, really. Yeah. I appreciate that. Thanks for having me. I've had a great time.
No worries. Yeah. And just quickly, Charlie, where can we find you?
Yeah, One Ravens Vlogs on YouTube. If you want to find me on Twitter, Hane_Charlie. Pleasure being on, mate. Keep up the quality content.
Awesome. And Mr. Inject himself, wink, wink. Where can we find you, mate? Where can we find you?
I mean, before I say that, can I just say, guys, if you're not already following Pingu for whatever reason, sorry, by Pingu I mean FPL Penguin.
Let's come with that.
Make sure you hit subscribe to this channel because Penguin's putting out tons of content right now, and he's a brilliant guy. So make sure you subscribe to him. And then myself, don't worry about following me. If you can follow the show that myself and my co-host Lama and Matt are doing, similar to FPL Penguin, hit us up with a subscribe on YouTube at that FPL Lounge. Thank you so much, Pingu. Really appreciate it.
Awesome. But yeah, I just want to thank my guests. And I know we'll get another question through. Just quickly answer this question. Rafinha to Souček for -4. Is it worth it? I'd say no. Simon, keep Rafinha. But yeah, I've got to go now. We've got to just wrap things up. We've been going over an hour. I've enjoyed this. It's my second stream having awesome guests on, and got to know you guys in the community. And but yeah, thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to be going, and hope you have a great game week night, team. Hope you enjoy the stream. If you have, hit that like button before you go. Hit subscribe and join the bubbly bunch on me. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and should see you in the next stream. Bye, everybody. Bye.
It is.
So.